everybody, Chris Rice, Killatia here with GotGame. We're with Stephen here, the creator of Freedom Planet here, who has a booth here at PAX South. Tell a little bit about Freedom Planet for those of us who haven't played with it yet.
Well, Freedom Planet is kind of just like a nod to Sega Genesis platform games. A lot of people have compared it to Sonic the Hedgehog with like the physics and stuff and the slopes, but it's a lot more combat focused. You don't like automatically get hurt by enemies just by touching them. You have an assortment of special attacks that you can use. The reviewers have actually like compared it to if Treasure made a Sonic game. I think that's a pretty accurate description.
Okay, and this originally started off at a Kickstarter project, and of course, obviously, it's been successful. So, how was the process for you guys, and would you do any more in the future for new projects?
Yeah, I originally planned the game as like this small like flash project, but I decided to start a Kickstarter for it to see if there was any interest in it, and it did a lot better than we anticipated. So we used that to kind of build it up into its own thing. Thanks to the success of the first game, we're completely self-funding the sequel to the game, which we announced last Christmas.
Yes, and I know that porting over to the Wii U was kind of more problematic than originally intended. What kind of problems did you went through with that?
Went through with what specifically?
With the porting up the Wii U version.
Oh yes. It was basically, I think the biggest problem for us was finding someone who was capable of porting the game from the engine that we used. But I eventually made some connections, and we found someone who was able to do that for us. So I commissioned MB2 Games to port the game from PC to Mac, Linux, and Wii U.
Okay, so in between the different platforms, which one have been selling the most?
No, pardon?
Between like the PC version and the Wii U, which version has sold the most for you?
I think the Steam version has sold the most by far because it was released before the other platforms. But the Wii U has nothing to see as that either, and we're very thankful and surprised by the amount of success we've had on the Wii U.
Okay, and I also understand that there are 2 DLC characters coming for Freedom Planet as well?
Yes, back during our Kickstarter we had 2 stretch goals for additional playable characters, and thanks to that we are working on extra DLC content for the game that will be free when they're released.
That's cool. I'm sure you mentioned it before, but it is pretty loud at PAX East. You did announce on Freedom Planet 2. Which platforms and when are you looking to release it?
We're aiming for something to come out related to Freedom Planet 2 in 2017. And as for when what was the next question?
What was that again?
What was the second question?
But the second question was which platforms were you aiming for with the sequel?
Oh, yeah, the same as before. We want PC, Mac, Linux, which is the easiest since we're working in Unity this time, and we are shooting for a Nintendo platform again.
Okay, and could we possibly see both of these games on Xbox One and PS4 in the future, or is that a no-go?
I am actually shooting for some sort of Sony platform for the first game right now. We're looking at either PlayStation 4 or Vita, and I would like to do the same for the second game.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Stephen. It was nice meeting you, and keep on creating good games.
Thank you.
And keep it here for more PAX South coverage.